14 points became just 1. Manchester City versus Liverpool. The story continues.
Yeah, it sure does. And we sense that it could go right down to the end of the season on the final day, which is quite something. And it's been amazing to be reminded there by Michael of just how it's all played out. Let's take a look at the table at the point that he mentions there on January the 15th, when this was actually the largest gap between Manchester City and Liverpool. It was 14 points. Man City had a 13-point lead at the top over Chelsea, who were in second. And as you can see, Liverpool at the time actually had 2 games in hand. But how impressive is it, Tim, that Liverpool have managed to fight their way back to this point where they face each other with just 1 point between the two?
Yeah, well, they've always had them games in hand, and in their dressing room and in Jurgen's mind, that is 6 points. 2 games, in their belief, they beat anyone. That's 6 points. So they knew that they were in touching distance, but they also knew they couldn't afford to lose. So they have to. It's relentless. And Alan talked about the drive from the managers. Every single day on that training ground, what he goes, on to the next game, on to the next. You can't look ahead. But they were telling them, if you drop points, the team over the road there in blue, they will continue to win. And they can only look after their own job. Now, you listen to managers and they say, no, we don't care what they're doing. It's about us. It's a load of nonsense. Yeah. I mean, we as players, we did it. We play on a Saturday, Man United were playing on a Sunday, we're watching their game, and we are making saves for in front, like Andy Cole's flying in. I'm diving across there. I mean, it's incredible. You live the game, and it takes up so much of your energy. They're no different. Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, they are no different. They want the opposition to trip up. They want them to trip up to make the job easier. They're not going to make it easier. These teams don't look like they're going to get beat off anyone. They cannot drop points. But I believe that this is the decider. I know we're building it as a decider, but I really believe it is the decider. I think if Man City win, I think we're finished. I think if Liverpool win, I think we still got it all to
Do you think they'll win then, Man City?
I think they will.
Do you?
I think they will. I'll give them a home advantage. I think they'll win. I think Liverpool will come out. I think there'll be open spaces. If City take their chances, that's a big if. If they take their chances, they will create enough to win this football match. They will dominate possession off of Liverpool, but they know they're going to have to be very secure going that way because Liverpool carry so much firepower.
Alan, do you think Man City will win this, or do you think Liverpool?
No, I think it's going to be a score draw, and they're going to keep it all exciting for us towards the end of the season.
You're sitting on the fence, Alan.
No, I want it to be a score draw, because I do think if City were to win, then I think that'll be it. But if it's a score draw, we can still look forward to that rivalry, to them pushing each other to the limit for the rest of the season. But I do think that's what will happen. It'll be another score draw.
What do you think, Jules?
No, I agree with that. I think it'll be a draw. I think Klopp has never, in the Premier League, has never beaten Pep at the Etihad. He's never won. The last time Liverpool won there was in 2015, before Pep arrived. I think it shows you how difficult it is, even for a team like Liverpool, to go away there against a team that plays so well with the ball, that has so much control on the game, that even control when they lose the ball, for you not to use it. I think it's so difficult, and I really think a draw, and in a way, a draw will make everybody happy.
Okay.
Because there will still be only 1 point, and 6 games to go after that? And a lot can happen, even if they can all win all their games too, to be fair.
Okay, well, if it is a score draw, as you two are predicting, let's take a look at the games that are still to come after this match at the Etihad. Can you see them slipping up anywhere and dropping points, and where is that going to be then? Tim, I'll start with you.
Well, I think City have got the better running on paper. We know it's not one on here, how we're looking, it's difficult. But I think they've got to play Tottenham. They have to play Man United. We know Man United are in not a good moment, but it's still very, very intense rivalry.
Big
what are you two laughing at? As soon as I said Newcastle, you both started giggling.
Away as well.
West Ham away for Man City, Wolves away, they're in a good moment. But really, realistically, I'm clutching at straws. Man City, if they could if Man City beat Liverpool, they win the rest of their games. I cannot see them dropping any points between now and the end of the season. The only question mark is the Champions League games, where they could push in the Champions League, whether they have to rest players, if they pick up injuries. That's the only question mark for me. I think Liverpool got a tougher run-in.
When you consider where we are at this stage of the season, and still Man City can go and win 3, Liverpool can still go and win 4. I mean, we spoke about the standards that both football clubs have been delivering for the past few seasons. It is quite remarkable that both clubs could have an unbelievable season. A season that we'll still be talking about in 30 or 40 years' time if it goes to plan, because there's no doubt that that's what both clubs are demanding now. Liverpool 4, they can do it. They've got the players. City can do the 3 as well. So it's incredible.
Who's winning the title then, Jules?
I said Liverpool because I think that with Salah, they've got such a clutch player that maybe City don't have, although De Bruyne is there. Before coming here and listening to you three, I think, okay, Liverpool. And now I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe City. I think this will be a 98, 97 points like we had in 2018, 2019 season, where it will go all the way to the end. And the last game of the season, and we saw those fixtures list, this is where it's all going to be decided. And I have to stick with Liverpool now because I said Liverpool before, but it could go either way.
Tim?
For me, City. I think City win this game at the weekend. I think that's it. With that running, I don't think they get beat.
Alan?
I'm going to go Liverpool, only because of the firepower that they've got up top and the options that they have. If one were to get injured, for whatever reason, the other one doesn't play, they've got someone else to come in. And for that reason, Liverpool just.
Even with that Newcastle game?
Oh.
Even with a Newcastle game. Just.
Brilliant stuff. All right, well, that is Manchester City against Liverpool covered. That was so interesting to hear from all three of you on that. But we're going to take a break now. When we return, we're going to focus on the rest of the matches coming up this weekend because there is so much to talk about, including a huge match at the bottom of the table for Everton.